For years, we've celebrated AMD's incredible resurgence, from the Ryzen revolution to challenging NVIDIA in the GPU space, and perhaps most crucially, innovating with technologies like 3D V-Cache. We here at eTeknix have dedicated content to show how this stacking technology fundamentally changed the game, giving AMD a unique edge, particularly in gaming. It was innovation that we could all see and feel in our frame rates. But on November 3rd, 2025, an invisible threat emerged that could fundamentally shake AMD's very foundations, and by extension, impact every enthusiast who cherishes their 3D V-Cache CPU or looks forward to AMD's next-gen AI chips. That threat comes in the form of a lawsuit filed by a company called Adeia. Now, Adeia, a name many of you likely haven't ever heard of, is not a rival chip designer. They don't manufacture anything. Instead, they are a technology licensing company, often controversially labelled as a patent troll by critics, whose business model revolves around intellectual property. And, well, they're suing AMD, alleging infringement on 10 crucial patents related to semiconductor manufacturing. With these lawsuits, the stakes are enormous. Adeia isn't just seeking monetary damages, they're pursuing an injunction that could, if granted, force AMD to stop manufacturing, selling, and even importing some of its most successful products, including the beloved Ryzen X3D CPUs and potentially its next-generation AI accelerators. Now, this isn't just about money, it's about potentially halting the very innovation that has, well, defined AMD's recent success. So today is a bit of a different one, but we're going to be looking into this legal bombshell. We'll talk about who Adeia is and their history of patent litigation. We'll also look into the heart of the dispute with those 10 patents and why they're, I guess, so critical to AMD's 3D V-Cache and advanced packaging, along with, I guess, what immense financial and strategic implications this could cause for AMD, especially in the booming AI market, before looking at the likely outcomes, the industry response, and what this potentially means for your next CPU purchase. So buckle in, as, well, there's a lot to go through. But before we get into that, here's a quick word from this video sponsor.
Doc, you gotta help me. I can't land a single shot. 1080p, 30 Hz. Andy, I'm afraid you're suffering from a severe case of suboptimal hardware. What? What you need is the Philips Evnia 27M2 N8500. 1440p, 360 Hz, display HDR True Black 400, lightning fast 0.03 millisecond response time, and a true 10-bit QD OLED display. You'll be popping headshots in no time. It's beautiful. Let's see how I do. This might be terminal. Next level gaming with Philips Evnia, skill not included. Find out more by clicking the link in the description below.
Now, to understand the threat, we first need to understand the entity wielding this lawsuit. Adeia is a name that flies under the radar for most consumers, but in the world of intellectual property, they are a significant and often feared player. Adeia Inc., formerly known as Xperi Corporation, is a company whose primary business model is licensing intellectual property. They don't design, manufacture, or sell consumer electronics. Instead, they acquire, manage, and license vast portfolios of patents to companies that do manufacture products. Their revenue comes from these licensing fees and, well, when necessary, from suing companies that they believe are infringing on their patents. Their historical roots include companies like Tessera Technologies, which was a pioneer in advanced semiconductor packaging solutions dating back decades. Now, this history is key, as many of their patents originate from this earlier foundational work in chip interconnects and packaging. Now, the term patent troll is a contentious one. Critics argue that companies like Adeia stifle innovation by acquiring broad patents and then suing productive companies, forcing settlements that extract value without contributing to product development. It's argued that they provide a crucial service by monetizing intellectual property for smaller inventors who maybe lack the resources to enforce their patents, thus protecting the innovation ecosystem. Regardless of your stance, Adeia's actions demonstrate a highly effective business strategy, target successful companies using high-value technologies. And, well, they're no stranger to the courtroom. They have a long track record of engaging in patent litigation against some of the biggest names in tech. Crucially, they previously reached a confidential settlement with NVIDIA in 2023 over similar patent infringement claims relating to semiconductor packaging. While the terms were undisclosed, the fact that Nvidia, a company notoriously aggressive in protecting its own IP, chose to settle rather than fight to the bitter end suggests that Adeia's patent portfolio has significant meat on the bones. This history with Nvidia signals to AMD that, well, Adeia is serious and their claims are not easily dismissed. Now, on top of that, the target of the lawsuit isn't random either. It's AMD's most advanced and successful technology, specifically targeting the very heart of how AMD achieves its performance lead in crucial sectors. This lawsuit cuts to the very core of what makes AMD's current generation CPUs and future AI chips so powerful: advanced packaging technologies, particularly hybrid bonding and 3D chip stacking. Now, the patents in dispute. Adeia's lawsuit alleges infringement on 10 specific patents relating to semiconductor manufacturing. And, well, these can be broadly categorized. First up, hybrid bonding technology. That's a total of 7 patents. This is the crown jewel of the lawsuit. Hybrid bonding is a critical process for vertically stacking silicon dies, allowing for extremely dense and high-speed electrical connections between them. Unlike traditional methods that use micro bumps and underfill, hybrid bonding directly fuses metal pads and dielectric layers, creating connections that are much finer, denser, and more power efficient. On top of that, there's the advanced process node technology, which is the other 3 patents. These patents cover various aspects of manufacturing complex chips at very small process nodes, like 5 nanometer or even 3 nanometer, which are, well, essential for AMD's latest designs. But the big question, why hybrid bonding is AMD's vulnerability? Well, as we discussed in our X3D video that you saw pretty recently, the magic behind AMD's Ryzen X3D CPUs lies in their 3D V-cache technology. This involves stacking an additional 64MB of L3 cache directly on top of the CPU's core complex die, or CCD. This vertical stacking dramatically reduces latency to the cache, providing, well, massive performance boosts, particularly in gaming, which, if you've got an X3D CPU, that would have been the first thing that you noticed. Now, in terms of the connection, this 3D stacking is achieved through precisely the kind of hybrid bonding processes that Adeia patents describe. The method that AMD uses to fuse that extra cache die to the underlying CPU silicon, enabling hundreds of thousands of microscopic connections. And this is the direct target of the claims. Essentially, without hybrid bonding or some equivalent non-infringing technology, AMD's 3D V-cache would be significantly harder, if not impossible, to manufacture at scale with current performance characteristics. The implications extend, well, far beyond just gaming CPUs, because AMD is making massive strides in the AI accelerator market, directly challenging Nvidia. Chips like AMD's MI300X series for data centers also heavily rely on advanced 3D stacking and chiplet integration. And these accelerators combine multiple GPU chiplets and high bandwidth memory, or HBM stacks, into a single highly optimized package. Now, this level of integration is often achieved using techniques similar to, if not directly incorporating, hybrid bonding. Therefore, this lawsuit isn't just about a gaming CPU, it's about the very foundational manufacturing process that underpin AMD's entire strategy for high-performance computing, from desktop gaming all the way up to enterprise AI. Now, this lawsuit comes at let's call it a particularly sensitive time for AMD, threatening to disrupt their momentum in the booming AI sector and potentially impacting their hard-won market share against Intel and Nvidia. So let's talk about the injunction threat. Adeia is not merely seeking monetary damages like they did with Nvidia. They're pushing for an injunction, which is, well, a court order compelling AMD to cease infringing activities. And, well, if granted, an injunction could halt production completely. AMD might be forced to stop manufacturing new Ryzen X3D CPUs or any future chips that are utilizing the patented bonding technology. They could also block sales and imports, and, well, this could prevent AMD from selling existing stock of infringing products and even importing them into the US market. There's also the supply chain chaos. An injunction would cause catastrophic disruption throughout AMD's supply chain, affecting partners, distributors, and, well, ultimately, us, consumers. Such a drastic measure would be devastating for AMD, especially in the context of their, well, recent successes. Now, AMD have had some recent wins in the AI race, and, well, they've been making significant strategic gains in the AI market. This includes the OpenAI partnership, so securing a major partnership with the likes of OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, for their MI300X accelerators. This is actually a massive vote of confidence and a direct challenge to NVIDIA's dominance. There's also then the US government supercomputer deal, winning lucrative contracts for major US government supercomputers, for example El Capitan, that rely on their Instinct MI series accelerators, further solidifying their position in high-performance computing. Now, these two things, these victories, are precisely because of AMD's innovative approach to advanced packaging and chiplet integration, the very technologies that Adeia are targeting. A successful lawsuit could either slow down AMD's ability to deliver on these contracts or significantly increase their costs, giving the likes of NVIDIA a critical opening. Now, there are some financial implications. Even without an injunction, the financial impact of a lost lawsuit or a forced settlement would be substantial. The damages, well, Adeia would seek significant backdated damages for past infringement. Then there's the licensing fees. AMD would likely be forced to pay ongoing licensing fees for the use of Adeia's patented technology. These costs, well, would eat into profit margins, potentially leading to higher prices for consumers or reduced investment in future R&D, which would just slow things down massively. For me, I guess the overall message is clear. The semiconductor industry's future is reliant on advanced packaging. And, well, whoever controls the intellectual property for these foundational processes holds immense power. Now, while Adeia targets AMD, the ultimate manufacturing entity in question, TSMC, adds an extra layer of complexity and suggests a common industry strategy for these types of lawsuits. So I know what you're saying now. Why sue AMD? Why not just sue TSMC? Well, AMD designs the chips and sells them, but the actual hybrid bonding process is performed by their manufacturing partner, TSMC, or Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. TSMC is the world's leading semiconductor foundry and performs the highly specialized 3D stacking for AMD. So again, why aren't they suing TSMC directly? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Strategic target is probably the main one. Patent licensing companies often strategically target the end product seller, so AMD, rather than the manufacturer, TSMC. It's easier to calculate damages based on AMD's product sales and, crucially, to obtain an injunction that prevents them from selling their products. Getting an injunction against TSMC would impact dozens of other companies and be a far more complex legal battle. It also places pressure directly on AMD to secure a license, which they can then negotiate with TSMC if needed. And then the broader impact, well, a successful suit against AMD could set a precedent that benefits Adeia in future negotiations with other companies utilizing advanced stacking from TSMC or, of course, other foundries. Now, the likely outcome, is it going to be settlement or showdown? Well, while the threat of an injunction is serious, full-blown injunctions that completely halt a major product line are extremely rare in the semiconductor industry, especially against a company as significant as AMD. First up, there's the cost of litigation. Patent litigation is astronomically expensive and can drag on for years and years, sometimes a decade or more. Both parties have an incentive to completely avoid this. Then there's the Adeia business model. Their core business is licensing. They want a steady stream of revenue, not a protracted legal war. Their primary goal is, well, to force a fair and reasonable arrangement, being a licensing deal. This means that AMD would pay a fee, either a lump sum or ongoing royalties, to continue using the patented technology. Now, there is no immediate disruption expected, so I'll tell you that off the bat. Analysts largely agree that while the lawsuit is a significant development, no immediate disruption to AMD's product supply, like X3D CPUs, is to be expected. The legal process, as mentioned, is slow, and any injunction would be, well, quite far down the road, if it happens at all. AMD will vigorously defend itself, but a licensing agreement is the most probable outcome. However, the cost of that agreement will inevitably impact AMD's bottom line, and more than likely, this will have to be passed on to the consumer. So what I'm trying to say is that you could be expected to pay more for AMD products in the future, and, well, this could really go against AMD and, well, really help the likes of NVIDIA and Intel. Now, the lawsuit against AMD is, I guess, a stark reminder that innovation is not just about what we all thought, engineering. It's also about intellectual property. The very technologies that give AMD its edge, 3D V-Cache and advanced packaging, are now at the heart of a high-stakes legal battle. And well, the future of high-performance computing, particularly in the AI era, relies heavily on chiplet architecture and sophisticated 3D stacking. This makes the underlying hybrid bonding and manufacturing process incredibly valuable. And, well, the lawsuit highlights that controlling the foundational patents in this space is a powerful leverage point. For AMD, this is the moment of truth. They must either prove that they're not infringing or negotiate a licensing deal that allows them to continue their innovation without crippling costs or production halts. The cost of such a deal will, in all likelihood, either be absorbed by AMD, reducing their profit margins, or ultimately passed down to us, the consumers, in the form of slightly higher prices for cutting-edge X3D CPUs and AI accelerators. Yay for us. The battle for the heart of the modern chip is being fought not just in the fabs, but now in the courtrooms too. As enthusiasts, we need to understand that the price of progress often includes navigating these complex and costly legal minefields. And while the process, as I mentioned, is slow, we should be hearing about it at almost every step along the way. Unless, of course, it gets to a point like with NVIDIA, where it's all kind of hush-hush and behind closed doors, and we never actually see what the ultimate outcome is. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one. But there we are. A bit of a different video today, but definitely something that, while not generally consumer focused, could cause huge issues, not just for AMD, but their very customer base who buy their products. Because how it currently looks is that either the products will go up in price, or more unlikely, but still possible, we could see them vanish completely. And that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, a like and a sub to the channel would be amazing. And if you love what we do, we've got a Patreon where you can support what we do while getting access to some amazing extras, including bi-weekly game nights, exclusive live streams, access to a lot of our testing data, and a super special area over on our Discord. And much, much more on top of that. The link is, as always, down below. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye-bye. Poor AMD.